Hello, this is Dr. Samuel J. Lombardo, internationally known as the Soul Mending Alchemist. And yes, I am the Executive Director, CEO, Connuncier, Agent Coach, and Consultant for SL Models and Talent Agency, LLC, Fashionista Studios, LLC, Artist Gala USA, LLC, and Couture Designs Photography, LLC. I had a spiritual download that was with me for about 3 days to a week. It's been a minute. And I will tell you that the issue that I am hearing is, well, for some of you that are in the higher vibrations, I'm going to speak to you first, okay? There are those who are in the negative vibes who are trying to connect with you either in an energetic level or in your face. Okay, like I said, I had no other way of saying what I have to say, so I think it's just going to have to come out straightforward. And for some of you, it could be a little bit blunt as well. But some of you are very, very gifted at manifesting your situations in light. Some of you, I feel like there are too many people in your business, and there are some who are either pretending to be your friend or is just evolving around your energy because of other friends that you have. I know it sounds crazy, but it is something that I'm seeing. Now, this could be for any sign, because when I was shuffling, the 4 cards that showed up was air, water, earth, and fire. So literally, it could be any sign that is going through this. So I'm speaking as a collective to the wide, okay? Nobody really particular here. But what I will tell you, if it does resonate with you, is that this is someone who most of the time would be up in your face and then technically backstabbing you behind, but they will project as if they are fitting in your positive vibration, if that makes sense. Now, this is not a call to pointing the fingers and judging who may be fitting this bill, because I'm going to explain to you what fits into what bill so that you can kind of determine and be aware of what kind of energies you are actually attracting and why this is actually taking place. I'm going to start with the why right now. And that is that they want to know so much about why you are manifesting certain desires in your life and why they're not able to. Some of you even got friends in your life because it is a way of them being able to cheat the system to learn from you about how you are doing it. And what I'm getting from the Holy Spirit is you need to let them drink water and put salt in it. In other words, they need to clean their own mouths. They need to clean their own turfs. They need to learn from within and ask God to guide them. Because what is manifested in your life may not necessarily be manifesting in theirs. Typically, that is not the case. We are not to be expecting, okay, someone else to help us manifest what we do not have, because there's a reason why we don't have certain things that others would. God is, and here let me say something a little bit on a lighter note, even for those that may be on the bad side of this, all right? God knows what is best for you. He does. He loves you, and He will be sure that you will be abundant to what it is that you will partake in your life. But you cannot force yourself on the other people. You cannot force yourself to other groups of people. You cannot force yourself in a position that nobody else wants to give you. You cannot force yourself in the predicaments of love and then trying to fake it. You cannot do those things. You have to let it happen naturally. Well, how does it happen naturally? Well, then that is when you are attracting abundance. You're attracting people. They see you for who you are, not some made-up version of yourself. Okay? Yeah, they're coming to you genuinely. Maybe sometimes for some of you it could be open arms. For others of you it could be the shoulder bumps or the fist bumps or the handshake. It could be the concept of being able to work together. There is some kind of unity in place. Now, I will tell you that for some of you, you've been kind of playing around with your unity with some people because other people are seeing you and you're now beginning to see their vibration. In other words, you're like, oh wow, like you were supposed to be my friend and now you're against me because, well, I gave a handshake to a total stranger that I seem would be pretty cool and that I've been attracted to for some reason or another, and now you want to go up against this? Like, so what are you hiding? You know, that's kind of the energy that I'm getting for some of you on that part. Others of you, you may have actually had people that were keeping you stuck. I'll give you a few examples of what I mean by that. Let's say, right, I have these group of friends, okay? And we all like to, we all like to go out, you know, on a Saturday night, whatever, right? We'll go out on a Saturday night and we'll go shoot some pool or throw balls down the alleyway and hit the pins down, you know, go bowling, right? Well, something comes up and you're like, well, I want to, you know, maybe you're just testing the waters, okay? I want to go spend time like with so-and-so. So say, you know, I want to go spend time with Dr. Sally, okay? So I go spend time with Dr. Sally, and then on Sunday, I get like 3 people ghosting me, and then I go to their face and I'm wondering, well, what's up with that? Well, you thought I didn't care for you because one night I decided that I wanted to go learn about somebody else? I mean, what is this? Like, when they do that, understand that that is the energy that they are projecting onto you. They wanted you to be stuck because, again, okay, if you're this type of friendly person, right, where you're like giving hints like, yeah, I am interested in becoming your friend. Yes, I want to build something with you. Or yes, I think there's a connection here of some sort or whatever. And what you're doing is you're planting seeds. What the hope is that the seed would grow into something, right? So you're planting the seeds, and then all of a sudden the seed blossoms into something. Next thing you know, you begin to realize that some of these weeds just was trying to smother either your connection, or the weeds themselves have plucked themselves out, because that will happen sometimes. You might plant a seed, and that seed just grows right up in place of the other one. It's because they were already fizzling out. They were too much about what are you going to do? When are you going to do it? How are you going to do it? Are we going to go out on this Saturday night? Why ain't you hanging out with me? You know, that kind of energy. And of course, that feeds into your connection. That feeds into your spirit too as well, because a lot of you that may be intuitive and is just testing the waters on certain situations, you're wondering if this person truthfully was forcing something, or if this person was genuinely just being themselves around you or with you. And in the meantime, you are naturally disconnecting and connecting with others. And you will know this once you get into adulthood, when you begin to realize that some of these, you know, if you're a teenager, you're going to feel this right away. Like, well, why is so-and-so all upset with me all of a sudden just because I'm talking to so-and-so? Or maybe somebody is jealous that so-and-so has a life, right? And they didn't like them from the get-go, and the rumors were already flying high. So now you're like, well, I see past that. That's not what I've been seeing. And then you're hanging out with that person, or you're doing whatever with that person, and you begin to realize, oh, now everybody has rumors on you, and you've been ghosted. It's like a whole chain, like a domino effect happening, right? For some of you, especially if it is in a workplace, right? If you're in a big area where there's like a bunch of people and everybody is sitting there trying to figure out, like, who is this person? What is that person? Da-da-da-da-da. You may begin to realize that people will not know certain people, and then they will turn around and just spread rumors, and then after a while, the real true people, they just want to walk away from the situation, period. So they either walk away from the team that they are with, or they walk away from the job, period, or, you know, they just may walk away from the energy because they don't want to believe a person based off of rumors, lies, and trickery. These are people with genuine vibrations that see more than what the eye is showing. These are the people that you want to keep in your life. And so maybe I am talking to some teenagers out there, all right, who may be going through this situation where you need that kind of help to realize and who is true and who is not, what is genuine, what is genuine and what is not. Wow, accident almost happened right behind me. We got to be focused. See, what happens is when we start believing other people about their lies and trickeries and different things like that, we could be like that red car and that SUV that was behind me, where they almost had an accident. Accidents do happen, mistakes do happen in our lives, but if you already knew that this was a pattern, especially if you know that this is a pattern, if you're like, well, why is it that, you know, why is it that if I'm hanging around certain people, why these certain individuals just do not like who I am? You know, that kind of energy. And you start realizing that it's really not about you, it's about them projecting. They are actually being plucked out by the new energy that you're bringing in. God does that on purpose. And in a way, this is a beautiful, beautiful way of exchanging the concepts of the heart when it comes to your development stages, connection, whether it is genuine partnership, love, co-workers, friendship. And in fact, I wouldn't even call it even co-workers. Yes, you could be friendly with co-workers. I would be advised, though, that if you already are bringing friends into the place that you are working, not to have them be caught up with the, quote, friendly people of the co-workers. Because then you will see that those weeds will end up plucking out your seeds that you have grown for many years. For some of you, maybe it's meant to be. And that's a whole nother discussion that I could be talking about. Maybe I will do that. All I'm going to caution you right now in the now is this. Do not feed into the friendly people of the workplace. Now, how do you know if someone is genuine and you want to add them in your friend base? It's by what they are manifesting around you. It's quite interesting because here's the issue. I had this situation where many people were trying to be too friendly, but not necessarily opening themselves up to any real true connection. It was very superficial, okay, to the point that I actually had gotten bored. And when that began to happen, they began to feed into that energy, but I didn't really care, because the point of it was that either they would be within my vibration, within my walk, within my journey, or they just they don't fit, period. I'm not going to try to force a square peg in a round hole. It just ain't going to work. So in this case, I have had to make rough decisions. It was almost like I would have had to make all new friends within the friendships that I've had. Like, I do have friends within the church that I belong to. But, wouldn't it be nice to develop something, develop something within the realms of where I fit, like where my vibration fits and things like that? Sure. Now, there are things about me that I'm not going to explain on the air, not within this message, because it really doesn't fit. But there are things about me that I really keep to myself. That other people, this is how I know who is a friend and who is not when I'm developing friendships. When they are too much in my business, it's where they have to know, like, well, why, for example, why are you 42 and still single, for example? I'll just use that one, because that's one that seems to be the biggest issue. Well, it's not anything that anybody would, Some people will sit there and they will say, well, maybe you didn't manifest enough love in your life to be able to find love. I would say that that would be true to an extent, but that could also then mean that where I'm at now, that might be the thing that could come into my life then, because I'm definitely manifesting it. But there are some people that I'm literally, I'm not attracted to, and I know what my type is. Okay? I know what my type is, I know what I'm looking for, and I also understand that there are certain scenarios in life where maybe it's just going to be more of a family bonding scenario than it will actually be me, quote, being married. And you know what? If that's the case, I'm happy with whatever situation comes about, because that is where God wanted me at the moment. I'm not going to judge that. The things that I would judge is if I know that I'm going to be walking into sin and I had to make a decision about sinning versus not. Like worrying about if someone had a tattoo on their shoulder, okay, or up and down their arms, or they're wearing beads, or they got a necklace on, or whatever the case is. I don't give two craps about that. Well, I don't. I mean, if it's inappropriate, then it's more about my values. Like if someone's got a tattoo of like a cuss word or something like that, or like a cross upside down or something satanic, type of thing, then it might concern me a little bit. But, I'm at the best case scenario, I would just say to cover it up if you can't afford to get it taken off. And the reason is, it's not about me, because I would already accept you for who you are. It would be about other people. You want to project the energy that you are accepting in. You don't want to be attracting those who are, say, in that devil energy, if that's not where you are. If that makes sense. And people do change in time. Like if you're a teenager in high school and you're growing up to be in adulthood, and there are things that are changing within and around you, then you're either, at that point, see, in high school and on down, you're pretty much dealing with, I just want to have fun. Let's go ahead. Let's go out here on that Friday night, do this. So Saturday night, let's do that. And, I'll sleep in on Sunday type of situation. Okay? But then that starts to change once you start realizing that there are responsibilities. So speaking to teenagers in this scenario, for some of you, I believe that you may even be above and beyond your years, even though that you are a teenager, and you're already beginning to realize that people do not fit in the energy that you thought you would. And for some of you that are above and beyond your year, how you know that is when you are attracting those who are above and beyond your years. You attract who you are. Okay? Now, if you're attracting abundance, love, friendship, and the ability to be able to build together, then that's the people that you're going to get, because maybe these people are also looking to build friendship and love and be able to have that connection. So if that's the case, then that's not something that you should be afraid of or be running away from, but rather embrace that. So these are the scenarios. So now I got to go back now. That's the beautiful side of things. This is some of the learning lessons and curves that you have to deal with, whether you're an adult or if you are a teenager getting into an adult. All right? but I want to let you know that you are going to end up with haters. You're going to end up with, and I hate to say this, like, some of you will be called losers. I call this fakers. Okay? Fakers. Be very, very, very careful about those who are coming in your energy very quickly, especially if you know it's happening after a certain connection. Like, let's say that Dr. Sue and Dr. Larry and Aunt Sally and all that, right? They don't like John Wills, okay? And all of a sudden, I'm friends with John Wills. Well, why the heck is Dr. Sally, Dr. Wilson, and everybody else all of a sudden trying to get into my energy? And the next thing you know, 4 of my friends are telling me about a rumor coming from somebody, even though they don't even know who John Wills is. They don't know. But yet, they know something about John Wills that I don't even know? Well, how the hell can that happen? Okay, so then you have to backtrack, and it's like, oh, now I gotta waste my energy on this shit. What is this? And then you go back there and you're like, well, who did you talk to? Like, I didn't even know that about this person. So maybe you might even want to try to clarify, or you might be spying out your newfound friend because some bullcrap rumor coming from 4 people that didn't like John Wills. You see what I'm getting at? So you got to be careful about the energies. And anyone that wants to believe a rumor and is going to jump the gun to other friendships, I'm not trying to tell you that, oh, well, you should go and seek other friends either. But the way that you know that they're in the wrong vibration or coming in the wrong vibration is when they are working against you. It'd be any different than if one of them became friends with John Wills, right? And then, you know, let's say, you know, you didn't know anything about them either, but you wanted to say something, and they had a rumor because, well, now you're jealous, said you couldn't be the friend of that person, but now they become friends. You see what I'm getting at? So there is that thing where jealousy and hatred does develop. And I need to pop my ears a minute. Hold on, because I'm getting this annoying that. Okay. So if you're in love energy and they're showing you rumors, lies, trickeries, fake behavior, or they are beginning, or say some of your friends are developing into the fake behavior, 1 or 2 things are going to happen. You're either going to end up losing the friends that you thought were friends. They will drop off. Some of them could even walk away. Be prepared for that, especially if you're growing up. And you know, there's also that very strong possibility of betrayal. Because now you're coming into yourself. Okay? You're loving yourself and you're allowing that energy to really clear away. And when that happens, you're then able, you have a little bit more of a happier self, you're a happier person that way. It's the same way even if you are in actual relationships, you know, like in a loving relationship, partnership type with another person. You can't have everybody. You can have 50 million friends, for 50 million different reasons. But only one out of the 50 million is going to be able to take your heart to the level of where you're like, yes, that is the one. This is the one flower that no matter how many people, no matter how many other pieces of weed or whatever the case may be that was growing up around this thing still worked in my favor. For some of you, you may even be testing this. Okay? Maybe by being silent, being creative, whatever it is that you're doing it for the right purpose. I wish I had more time with you, but I actually have to go and get some for lunch before I leave. So, in any case, till next time, have a blessed day. Remember, stay faithful, stay on your path, love, cherish every moment. And if people are going to walk away, let them walk, okay? God will see their journey and God will see your journey. Peace.